Hi!
Hi! This is Paul and Kathy's amazing Oscar movie first Sonos video vlog. We have some friends in the background.
This is Jess, Ben.
I forced Paul to do an Oscar vlog with me because last year I had an Oscar party and it was amazing. And this year we're on the road and we cannot have a party. Instead, we're gonna share our opinions with the rest of the world, if anyone cares. And we're gonna start with Best Actor!
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Me!
No. Not this year, Paul. The winner is gonna be Jeff Bridges for Crazy Heart.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I know this is a terrible way to start our vlog, but Paul and I both have not seen this movie.
Not seen it.
We've heard it's amazing, and everyone knows it's gonna win, and it's sort of one of those awards that's going to Jeff Bridges for
His career.
his life, his body of work.
It's like when Denzel won for Training Day, which was a badass movie, but it was Training Day.
Jeff Bridges is really winning for The Big Lebowski.
Which they would never really give the Oscar for because
It's about drugs.
It's a
Best Actress. This one is pretty clear to everyone that Sandra Bullock is going to win, and I'm going to let Paul talk about this movie because I have not seen it, but Paul has.
That's 2 fails in a row.
Sorry.
It's quite good. You get a little teary at the end, but it's not overwhelmingly sentimental, which is nice. They call it her comeback role, and
Oscar loves a comeback.
you know what they don't love? All About Steve. Meryl Streep, of course.
I saw Julia and Julia, and I didn't think I was going to like it because Jess said she didn't like it.
I liked it!
So I watched it, and I loved it, and I love Meryl Streep, and I thought this movie was so wonderful and uplifting. I'm sort of rooting for her because I loved it so much, but
I'm voting for Sandra because I have a crush on her.
sorry we disagree on this one.
That's alright. Christopher Waltz from Glorious Bastards.
I think he should just win for being able to speak so many different languages.
I haven't felt that uncomfortable in a movie theater in a long time.
He was very good, and Jess was definitely very scared, weren't you, Jess?
Yes.
Moving on to supporting actress, another total obvious one is Monique for Precious. Jess and I just watched it on the airplane about a week ago. It was totally, how would you put it? I mean, Monique was amazing in it. She was totally terrifying, and she has to win. Best animated feature. We're gonna start with saying what we think is gonna win, and that's Up. We have both seen Up. Did you like it?
It made me cry in the first 20 minutes.
Well, that's pretty sweet.
It probably will win, and all the blogs are saying it's going to win. However, I gotta give a shout out to Fantastic Mr. Fox. Besides having a phenomenal cast of characters, I think Jason Schwartzman's voice in that film was the best. Just the animation, the stop motion, and the way their whiskers moved, and it was so quirky. I may buy it.
Yay! So the first one we're gonna have to
What?
Can we edit that out?
Nope.
The first one we're gonna discuss is Best Adapted Screenplay. The one that everyone thinks is gonna win is Up in the Air. Okay, it was. We didn't really love Up in the Air.
Like,
Adapted Screenplay.
Oh, adapt? Did he adapt Up in the Air?
Yeah.
From what?
From a book.
Duh.
What do you mean, duh?
A book called Up in the Airplane.
We definitely identified with it because we watched it, I think most of us, either on the plane or at a hotel or something like that. So it was definitely something we could personally identify with. The movie was fine. That's all I really think about it. It was fine. I don't think a movie that's fine should win anymore.
I saw it expecting all of this, and I got this.
Writing for original screenplay. Everyone is pretty sure Inglourious Basterds is going to win. It has to take something home, so that's probably going to be the one award that represents the film.
Quentin Tarantino knows how to write tension. That opening scene, call it cliche for him, call it repetitive. I call it very intense. And I like it.
What else was nominated? Now, some people are thinking Hurt Locker is going to win.
Up,
Good.
another one, and A Serious Man. If you haven't seen A Serious Man, Colin Firth will not win the Oscar.
No, that's a different movie. Inglourious Basterds will probably.
Inglourious.
Now we're going to talk about the music! Yay! Dun, 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 dun. Best original song. That the song entitled The Weary Kind, which is the theme from Crazy Heart, is going to win. And that was written both music and lyrics by Ryan Bingham and T-Bone Burnett.
T-Bone?
Very famous producer of the Alison Krauss and Robert Plant album, Katie Lang stuff. It's sort of a given. Again, we're guilty of not seeing this movie.
We're gonna see it Sunday.
We're gonna see it Sunday.
Right, Jess?
Jess says.
You're paying for it though. I'm really poor.
You're all in the same band.
Best original score. This is like my favorite category. What we think is gonna win is the score for Up, which is by Michael Giacchino. Michael Giacchino is such a good writer. He should have won an Academy Award for his big band score for The Incredibles, but he didn't. This is totally his year. He has scored many, many films, and the music for Up was charming and perfectly appropriate, and we're rooting for him. Yay, Michael Giacchino!
Good work. We know that Avatar is going to take most of the visual effects awards. Will Avatar win directing or Best Picture, though? Let's talk. Let's discuss this.
Most people think that Catherine Bigelow is going to win.
Although, it's a toss-up between her and her ex-husband, James Cameron.
Scandalous!
It's like Team Jennifer, Team Brad.
Those aren't the teams. The teams are Team Jennifer, Team Angelina. There's no Team Brad.
I'm on Team Brad.
If she wins, she'll be the first female to ever win this award. I think if James Cameron wins, I'll just kind of be frustrated.
Mainly because of the King of the World thing.
He's done.
Last time. I'm the king. Remember that, you know?
And no one cares what you're the king of.
Avatar is the highest grossing. Yeah, James Cameron has a shitload of money. He's got the whole Titanic record thing. Now he's got the Avatar record. I don't really think he needs a statue in his bathroom. Give it to your ex-wife.
Best Picture of the Year. Interesting things about this that everyone knows is this is the first year in a long time that there have been 10 nominees rather than 5.
Let's run through really quickly what they are. Avatar. The Blind Side.
The Blind Side. Okay, District 9. Should I do my rant now?
Do your rant now.
I think that District 9 should win. I thought it was really difficult to watch and almost impossible to get through. A bunch of us watched it on the plane over to England when we went in January, and I know Jess and I almost had to turn it off because it was so, I don't know, it was just hard. It was just hard to watch. But once we finished it in the end, I was sort of like, oh my god, that was amazing. And I remembered it for weeks and weeks and weeks. And none of these other movies I've seen I've sort of stuck in my brain like that. I thought it was challenging and inspiring in a weird way. And I love all that kind of science fiction stuff anyway, so I'm a little biased.
Good.
It probably won't win.
It's a dark horse, we'll call it that.
An Education, we've all seen this, I think. This was a lovely movie. I thought Alfred Molina was amazing in this movie. What's her name?
Carey Mulligan.
Carey Mulligan was lovely. Jess, did you like this movie?
Yep.
I
like
it was
Peter Sarsgaard.
very different than what we thought it would be.
But I wanted to like him, and he wasn't likable.
Don't give it. Shh.
Oh, I mean, he was great.
Next is The Hurt Locker.
We have bad news.
We have not seen this movie. I know some people that have seen this movie and they said it was amazing. We think probably maybe gonna win. Inglourious Bastards, we already talked about that a lot.
Precious. Let's skip to Up in the Air because that's on the list as well. Everyone's
Yes.
in love with that movie. Up has a chance, but it's not going to win Best Picture. It'll win Best Animated.
The last movie that we haven't talked about is A Serious Man. This is the Coen Brothers movie, not the movie with Colin Firth.
That's a Single Man,
That's a
which
Single
he is
Man.
amazing in. I was told by my friend that it's not important to see. I think they made it for themselves, and that's awesome, and I'm sure it's good.
And they're allowed to do that now
And they're
because they've already won.
Best Motion Picture of the Year. What do we think is going to win?
I think that The Hurt Locker will win. If Avatar wins, it'll be really stupid. Made all this money, and now it won all these awards, and now I don't care anymore. But if The Hurt Locker wins,
Then it's like,
it will.
oh, cool.
It's-
We should also mention that Steve Martin and Alec Baldwin are hosting the Oscar. They were just in that movie with Meryl Streep, so maybe they'll do like the little. You know, he's married to Emily Blunt.
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet.
They haven't even
Hey, John.
started planning their wedding. I know.
You're in trouble. Emily, you and I can have a thing.
No,
If you
ew.
wanna. Ew! That was our first Sonos video blog.
Thank you for watching.
Any last words, Jess?